Oh, it's videotaping on both of them.
It is videotaping.
Okay, I don't want it on this one.
Oh, so you're just deleting that one, canceling that one.
Okay, redo this one.
I'm gonna edit it. Where am I?
I don't know.
Okay. Start it. Just go.
Just go.
Just go.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Only Through Jesus Ministry with Kendra and Phineas Lawson. Okay. I have something in my mouth. And this is going to be our Only Through Jesus journey that we are doing currently. And we're going to just speak about things that we're going to, not going to, but things we're not going to.
It's a journey. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But we kind of feel like we have like an idea. And it's been something it's kind of been like, it's been like this almost like this build up that we've kind of been having in our marriage for a long time. And it feels like it'll build up and we'll have a bunch of divine revelation from God. And then it'll kind of like disappear and we'll be in just like battles and purification and refining for a couple of weeks or months. And then the idea will come back and it'll have a little bit more built onto it. And then it'll like disappear. And then we'll have a little bit more purification and refining. And you know, it keeps coming back and then going away, and each time it comes back, we're a little bit more prepared, a little bit more understanding, a little bit more humble, and a little bit more willing to make the sacrifice that's required. Yeah. And I feel like it's coming back now to a point to where we know what we have to do. We have the pieces kind of put together, and now it's just about taking that leap of faith to do it. And it's one of those things that you're gonna rip your whole hair off. See, this is proof that she doesn't have a weave. This is her real hair. Look. It's real. You can see the roots.
No, but I think the thing is that, you know,
I don't got hair.
Like, this is all new to us, something that...
I have some verses, too, that I found today. Or, like, actually recently when we were sitting at the table about this.
Okay. Well, it's something that's new to us that is kind of like...
It's terrifying, and it's also uncomfortable.
It's something, honestly, we would probably never do.
Because, you know,
in our life.
I sit here, and I look at what we just got, and I look around, and I'm like, this is our home. Why would you leave this?
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, this isn't our home. Our home is in heaven. And it's just like, on this journey so far, Satan's already attacked us so much. And I know he's attacked me with like, well, why are you doing this? Like, why would God give you a job and an apartment and a house and all of these things just for you to get up and want to leave it all? Like, how dare you? But it's like, how does this help anybody? We're comfortable. We're comfortable in our life. I'm comfortable at work. We're comfortable in our apartment. You know, it's not the biggest or the best, but it's a home.
Yeah. But
some people are going to face a day really soon where they're not going to have a home. And they're going to spend the rest of their days in a valley of darkness and eternal suffering. And like, that's terrifying. I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to gather, to think of. Because I'm like, me personally, I never used to think, well, what am I ever going to do in life? Like, how is this ever going to work out, you know? And the thing about, like, us traveling and doing ministry and just going out to share the gospel is a huge thing, like, a step of faith that it would be like, wow, like, what? Like, that it's hard to gather. But, I mean, God makes a way. And we're praying and allowing him to direct our steps in what he wants us to do. Even if that means he wants us to stay here and be a witness here, then so be it. It's like, you know, it's up to God, never really us, you know. And so, it's exciting. It's exciting though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how it is. Those are kind of our journey right there. But keep us in prayers because we're gonna need it. because if we do take the chance of stepping out of faith like this, the enemy is going to hit hard.
Yeah.
He's going to hit hard with telling us God is not going to provide. You're not going to make it. You're going to be scared to witness to people. I know I was like searching up about full-time ministry because it's something we're new of doing.
Especially what we want to do, a full-time traveling deliverance ministry.
Yeah.
Which is just like, well, I drive a 2004 Honda CR-V with a duct-taped window, a duct-taped sunroof, no headlight, no taillight, no insurance, bad tabs, and it's like, and I still got a bunch of money to pay on it, and it's just like, well, we have no funds, like we struggle to live right now. We struggle to pay rent, and it's just like, so what do we do? And it's just like, we just got into an apartment. We just spent $6,000 furnishing the apartment, and I wanna film the full apartment to kind of show like what we have, and it's just like, get rid of it all, get rid of every bit of it. And that's kind of where these verses come into play. Listen to this. This is really cool, because I was praying to God, and this is right here. It says, help the poor for the commandment's sake, and in their need do not send them away empty-handed. Love your silver for the sake of a brother, or lose your silver for the sake of a brother or a friend, and do not let it rust under a stone and be lost. Lay up your treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it will profit you more than gold. And then it says here, if you wish to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give them the money to the poor, or give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And this says, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves do not break in and steal. And it says right here, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break in to steal. And it's just like, that's 3 different verses to kind of give you that idea. And it's like, yeah, this place is comfortable. Yeah. This place is our dream come true. How long have we been working and praying hard with God to move into an apartment that is ours? And we finally get it? But what did we find? Are we happy here?
Yeah. But that's what the sake of, remember, like, it's not about our happiness, though. It's not about our happiness. It's about doing the will of God, and that's what's important. And I know it does talk about in the Bible, it says, go, I'm not saying the verse right. Let me see. But it talks about, because I was reading about full-time ministry, and it says Matthew 28:19-20 says, therefore go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am always with you to the very end of age. So, like, a lot of people see that verse as like, well, wherever you go, be a witness, which is true. Show, be fruitful and show the love of God towards others and be a witness. But another thing is like going out and like being more of like, how would I say, like mentors, helping, not just helping, but like, like deliverance, people that do struggle with like addiction, that are possessed, that have demons, and being like, how would I say that, experienced in what we know what we're doing in a way, because myself.
Yeah, God doesn't put you in deliverance ministry without putting you through deliverance.
Yeah. And it's like the thing is me having discernment, and then, him having faith, which I struggle with.
This is one of those things that's really hard to have faith, because like every part of my body and my brain is just like, why would you do this? You're dumb. You're an idiot. Don't do this. This is stupid. You're so, like, why would you leave your job behind? Your job gives you money. Why would you leave your apartment behind? Do you really want to live in your car? And it's just like, no, I don't. But that's not the point. It's not about what I want. It's about, I'm tired of complaining. Like, I wish I was reaching more people. And I know my brain, even when I even say that, it's like, well, why can't you reach people now at your job? Or now that you're in an apartment? And it's just like, it feels like, for me, it's like an all or nothing type of thing. It's like, if I'm comfortable, then I'm going to be too scared. But if I'm on the edge and I know that my only way of surviving is by relying on the Lord and living full-time in His Word, it's like, I need that,
Yeah, like making the sacrifice, like, people might be like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Living in an apartment, leaving your job, doing all this to follow the Lord's, like, not the Lord's, the Lord, and it's like, people think you're crazy. I'm not saying, oh, it's for everybody. Everybody has different paths. But, like, what we have felt we're called to is ministry and deliverance. So if that means sacrificing everything, giving up our apartment, giving up our materialistic things so we can see how reality really is without this stuff, then it's like, I know the thought people might be like, well, why can't you think of reality while you're living in here? Well, if we're living in here, we'll get caught up in just fake reality of the materialistic things.
And it gives, exactly, and it's just like, if we have comfort in this world, then we won't want to leave the world. But if we give everything up, then our day-to-day life might be a struggle, but we'll learn to see God present in everything because we'll need him for everything. And like, right now, if God was like, well, I want you to go to Nebraska, to this specific town, there's people there that I want you to deliver, and there's people that I want you to preach to, we wouldn't be able to do that because I'm bound by a job, and we have a house that we got to pay rent with, you know? And it's just like, I want him to have his freedom with us.
One thing I thought in my head, like, you can't
My goodness.
You can't do the will of God if you're in your comfort zone.
Yeah, that's the big thing for me.
God wants us to get uncomfortable, so if that means sacrifices, doing stuff to follow his will, since we're in the end times. And being a follower of Christ is like something that really ticks people off, because we want to be able to go into a place and be able to be praying heavily and be delivering people and witnessing what God has done for us, because there's things I've been through, there's things he's been through, and it's like, we understand the fact of I'm not totally educated on deliverance like that.
Like, neither of us are, and it's something that we're going to learn, you know?
Yeah. And it's like, we have 2 dogs. We want
to get a third one.
we have debt, and it's
a lot of it. We have probably, what, like 9 or 10 grand worth of debt.
Yeah, and it's like, it can be hard. I know.
How are we gonna pay for it?
I know it'll come to a time, if, like, you know, watching this video now and what will be later on in life, we don't know yet, because only God knows.
But we want to put the journey from the beginning. We want to show the whole process, so you know that it's not like fabricated.
It's something we'll pray about on more. It's like, we're not obviously 100% sure we're doing it. Like, we're just like, whoop, we're dropping everything and just going. No.
It's just something that keeps getting brought up in our spirit time and time again, to where we can't ignore it anymore. You know, we got to kind of like, we have a prayer board over there, and you know, like, since there's too many coincidences about this. Like, I've gotten signs to quit my job multiple times. We've gotten signs to do full-time deliverance ministry. We keep feeling like we should move. And then when we ask God to show us where he wants us to move specifically, he shows us different places. And then we want to travel in our vehicle. And so it's like, if you put all that together, a full-time ministry in a vehicle that travels to different places. And it involves quitting your job. So it's just like, whoa, that kind of pieced together really well.
Yeah. So it's up to God what he wants us to do.
Yeah, it is.
Something we have to pray about more, you know?
But it's just like, the one thing for me is, it's like, the one thing I don't want is like the day that the Lord does come for his church and brings his bride up, is I don't want God to be like, you know, I had such a great calling for your life, and you know, I wanted you to travel, and he's just like, you did a good job where you were. You know, he's like, you stayed faithful to me. You were quiet, you were soft, you didn't really speak openly about your faith, but he's like, you did a good job, so of course you're going to be at heaven. But I wanted you to know that if you just took that leap of faith, I would have had you travel all over the U.S. and preach and deliver and do your ministry. And he's just like, why didn't you go? And I was like, well, I had a studio apartment. You know, it was small. It was 350 square feet. I didn't have a bedroom, but it was comfortable. And we lived paycheck to paycheck. We struggled. You know, we had a DoorDash to make sure that we could eat, but it was comfortable. And he goes, oh, it was comfortable. Well, if you would have gotten uncomfortable, I would have had so much more for your life. And you would have saved so many more people. Well, we wouldn't have saved anybody, but he would have used us to save people, to plant his seeds so that he could do his work through them. And it's just like, not only would it be humbling to actually go through with this, because we would see, just because we've built our life ourselves, and it's just, it doesn't bring us, I still feel empty.
I can see us just leaving, and we're like, You're like, okay, God, which way?
Yeah, exactly. And so the goal is to sell everything in our apartment. And I want to take out the back seats of my car, and I want to build a frame for a bed, and then build storage underneath the bed, and to put like a little canopy on the top to carry extra stuff, and just travel that way. And we have tents and stuff, and sleeping bags, and we'll bring some clothes, and like it's just like we'll do door dashing for our income, for like gas and for food. But it's not going to be easy, but it gives us a chance to do full-time ministry. And I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but we can go to different churches on Sundays and be in the audience, like we can. And then we want to film the whole journey. We want to film from the start, all the way till the end.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I think that's it, y'all. Really much what we wanted to talk about with you guys.
Russell, come here.
And
Come here. Come here.
You guys are gonna see our mutt.
Nene. You can't really see Nene. Nene, up here. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh.
They're
Okay.
overloaded him.
Okay.
Oh
She
my.
loves her kisses. Do you want a
Oh, his
brother? I want to get you. We almost got you a pit bull brother today. You know that?
Oh, your breath stink.
That's not new food.
Get away from me. Nate, stop licking me.
Okay. One of y'all's has got to get down.
Okay, get
I
down.
can't make the cuddles.
Get down.
I can't.
Okay, bye.